This video is going to show you how to compare corresponding elements of two vectors. To do this, I started out making two vectors already. There's the first vector x over here. It's got values 1 through 4. And then there's the second vector y that's got values 7 through 4, just descending there. And to compare these two, we're going to use things like less than, greater than, to see which things are bigger, which things are smaller. Okay? To do this, I'm going to start with typing in x less than y. What this is going to do is it's going to return a logical vector, a vector of just trues and falses. And what it's doing is it's looking over here in our two vectors, and it's saying is the first element in x less than the first element in y. That's a true statement, so I get a true back. Same thing with the second elements. 2 is less than 6, 3 is less than 5. Those are all true statements. But unfortunately, 4 is not less than 4. So I get a false back. So this less than operator gives me a logical vector as a result, even though it's comparing numbers. Now if I want to change this a little and say is it less than or equal to, I type in something that looks a little goofy, but that's less than or equal to there. When I do this, I get 4 trues back, because in this case, 4 actually is equal to 4, so it's less than or equal to 4. Now I can do this in the other direction. I can use the greater than symbol, and in this case, I get 4 falses, right? Because 1 is not greater than 7, 2 is not greater than 6, 3 is not greater than 5, and 4 is definitely not greater than 4. But if I change this just a little bit, I get 3 falses and a true. Why is that the case? Well, 4 actually is greater than or equal to 4 because it's equal to 4. I can do a little bit more with this. I can just ask, are the elements the same between the two? So I can say something like this. Is x equal? That's how I ask it to compare the quality of the elements. Can't just use a single equal sign. And in this case, I get 3 falses because the first 3 elements of each are not equal to each other, but the last element of each, both those 4s are equal to each other. And then I can reverse this thing here. I can say, well, x and not equal to y, and I get a logical vector back that tells me, oh, well, the first 3 things are true and the last one's false, because the first 3 things are not equal and the last element is equal. Okay, so that's how you can go about comparing two vectors of numbers to see if things are greater than, less than, and whatnot. Okay, so that's it.